Hi, and welcome to Cooking for Your Abundant Life with Darlene. Today on our menu, we're going to change things up just a little bit, and we're having ground sirloin with peppers and onions. We're having zucchini and squash and steamed broccoli. So that's what's on our menu today, and I hope that you will stay with me today and watch what I do and maybe get an idea for something you might like to prepare for you and your family for your abundant life. So, uh, I was talking with my great niece yesterday, and she's so used to buying things at Kroger and Walmart, and when I said ground round or ground sirloin, she had no idea what I was talking about. So maybe there's others out there that don't know what I'm talking about either. When we purchase our meat, we still have a small grocery store here that has a butcher. So we are able to purchase sirloin, either like a sirloin roast or sirloin steaks or round steaks or round roast, and get the fat trimmed and get it ground up so that we can have healthy, lean beef that we can eat with this plan. Now, given that I don't eat a lot of beef, we eat it occasionally, simply because of the cholesterol that's involved in beef compared to chicken. But with a high fiber content in your diet, it actually helps combat that some. So that's a benefit, to that. But even still, given that, we don't eat a lot of beef. It's something that we try to eat maybe, maybe once. Well, probably once a week, more like once every 2 weeks. But just occasionally, cause my husband still loves beef, and he actually enjoys it. So we want to make this something that we can live with the rest of our life. So we try to change it up just a bit. So I want to get everything dropped down here from the camera so you can see what we're doing, and hopefully you can get some ideas for what we have going on here today. All right, I've already got the olive oil in my skillet. Like I said, ground sirloin. No, you can't see anything in this with this camera. Maybe I could back it up, or it's too bright. I'm not sure what to do about this camera, but I don't know if you can see. It is extremely lean. I mean, there was just no fat at all in this, so that's why we choose that. But now when we cook our beef, I still use my Abundant Life spices, which is the chili powder and the turmeric and the ginger and the garlic. So, and everybody's thinking, oh, is that good on beef? Yes, it is absolutely good on everything. I'm actually going to put it on the zucchini and squash as well. So, like I said, we try to use that quite a bit. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and get some onion in there and get that cooking along with our beef. And I'm actually going to use some of the onion with our squash as well. So I'm going to get that going in the other skillet. You're going to be amazed at how quick this dinner is today. It's very quick. Okay, there's the onion for our squash, and we're going to get that going as well. All right, I'm going to put some salt on those, and some pepper. And some pepper over here on these onions, and a little bit of salt on those as well. Okay. Now I'm not starting my squash and zucchini yet because I don't like for it to be super done. So right now I'm just letting this beef start for a little bit until we can get it going for a little bit. Okay. I also put a tiny bit of the browning on the onions so that they can brown. It helps the flavor, and I actually put a little bit on our meat. It's called Kitchen Bouquet, and it's really good. I'm also going to put a little bit of Worcestershire sauce on my sirloin. It's already smelling like steak. I'm telling you, this is just something else here. I had a lot of good comments about the pizza boats. I hope when you try those that you will enjoy those. And like I said, you can change those up and put whatever you like on yours. You know, just because I cook mine a certain way don't mean you got to cook yours like I do mine. So, but put what you like on yours. But we thoroughly enjoyed ours yesterday, and I enjoyed all the sweet comments, and I'm looking forward to hearing from you guys whenever you try it, so we can see. You may even have a better idea than I have. I actually have thought about even perhaps taking the wellness tortilla wraps that we use for our Mexican and putting a few pizza toppings on one of those and making pizza like that and seeing how it turns out. So I want to try that the next time, and we'll see how that goes as well. I'm going to put the lid on this and let that just simmer just a little bit so that the inside of it can cook well. I got that on medium high. You can see that it's already starting to get brown. I think you can see it in the camera. I'm not sure. Let me drop it down just a little bit more. There we go. It's already starting to look pretty good. And this is just the onions that I like cooking just a little bit beforehand whenever I'm making the zucchini and squash. So I like to get those tender and just a tiny bit brown before I put my zucchini in. I actually sliced my zucchini and my squash in medallions today, and I kind of slice them just a little thick because, like I said, I don't like my zucchini and my squash completely. I like it just a little bit al dente in the middle so that it still has a tiny bit of texture in the center instead of completely done. So, I mean, you guys can do yours however you like, but that's just me personally. I think it tastes better with just a little bit of texture to it. We've had snow here in West Virginia today. It's not too bad. I know it's nowhere near like it is in Ohio. I'm telling you, they've had a fit up there. I have family up there, and they've really got some snow. But we've really enjoyed watching the snow here today. It's absolutely been beautiful. We don't have much. We have about maybe an inch and a half to 2 inches, but it's been absolutely beautiful. We really enjoy it. I like all seasons. I'm one of the people that actually enjoy the snow. So, yes, I know everybody out there is ready for spring. I'm actually getting ready for spring too. I'm anxiously awaiting it. I love the springtime too. My favorite season is actually fall, but there's not a season out there that I don't like. Every season to me has its beauty. So by the time each season arrives, I'm ready for it. So it's just one of those things. But it's been an absolutely beautiful day here today, and I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Anxiously awaiting our cooking with Darlene video. So it's been hard to kind of just sit here and wait all day. But we're cooking for me and Larry now, so that's a good thing. All right. This is almost ready to turn, so I'm going to go ahead and start my broccoli. I'll be right back. I'm telling you, you're gonna love that steamable broccoli because it just is so easy to cook and actually tastes good. So that's a good thing too. Okay, that looks ready to turn, so that's exactly what we're going to do. And the onions are pretty much done, so I'm going to go ahead and add my peppers here in just a second. Okay, get that finished browning on that side, and I'm telling you, it's going to be good. And we're going to go ahead and get the zucchini and squash in the skillet. I'm going to add my Abundant Life seasoning, just like I did to my beef, and then a little salt and pepper to the zucchini. And a little bit of water to that, so it'll just kind of stain a little bit. It's already looking good. Okay, let's drop it down. I forgot to drop my camera down. Y'all watching me instead of my food, so sorry about that, guys. Okay, there's the zucchini and squash. If you can see that or not, but I put the Abundant Life seasoning mix that I can put together, and I put that on my squash as well. And then I just let it simmer for a little bit. And we're putting some more water on that because it's cooking really good and we don't want it to burn. And I'm going to go ahead and add my peppers. Now, I was out of red peppers, so I'm just using the green peppers that we had available, and that's what I add. And like I said, the green peppers aren't as good for you as the red, but we still enjoy the green peppers as well, especially if I'm having ground sirloin and peppers and onions. Okay. Now we'll just let that finish off and we'll be ready to eat in no time. And the zucchini's doing well. A little bit more water and we're just going to let that steam just a minute. By doing that, I'm going to lay a plate over top of this so that the zucchini and squash can just kind of steam a minute. There we go. Now, I'm hoping this video will be just a little bit shorter than yesterday's. It took me a long time to put the pizza boats together, so I was trying to make a short video, but it still ended up being 30 minutes. But hopefully today won't be as long for you, and you'll be able to enjoy this with your family as well. It's just something quick and easy, and it just tastes really good. It's just an awesome change from chicken. And we're going to have to get back to chicken tomorrow. But for now, this is, since I had to thaw out some sirloin for the pizza boats, I had more I had to use, so that's what I did. And the rest I'll actually cook and put back in the freezer, and if that way all I'll have to do is warm it up one evening, or we can even use this to make a hamburger if you want one. I just use it either on the keto buns or on the keto bread that we buy, and it's quite enjoyable like that. So that's what we use as our hamburger here with the Abundant Life Plan. And like I said, this anti-inflammatory diet it works so well if you're suffering from some type of pain. So I hope you'll find some kind of tips or tricks that you can use, and maybe just something that will really, really, really excite you and give you a lot of joy with your cooking. And we're going to drop the camera back down so you can see what it looks like now. The peppers and onions are actually done. They look so good. They're going to be really good on that. As soon as the inside of the meat finishes cooking, we'll be ready to plate this up and eat. I want to thank everyone who has sent me a message or just commented on my videos. It really means a lot to me that so many people are enjoying this and really, really learning things. And hopefully this will be able to be something that you can do for your family. I just heard my broccoli go off, so we're ready to plate this up. Okay, I'm going to drop the camera back down and I'll be right back. check our squash and see how it's doing. It sounds like it's about done. Oh yeah. That looks so good. I know you can't really see it like you really should be able to, but you know, it actually browned up just a little bit and it is just going to be really good. And our beef is ready. Our broccoli is ready, and I'm going to plate this up so you can see what it looks like. All right. Don't that look good? Let me see here. I'm going to drop it down just a little more. Hopefully you can see Larry's plate here. We're going to put in some onions on top of that and some green peppers. Oh yeah, that looks good. And mine, and actually my little dog Jody helps me eat mine, so that's always a good thing too. I'm gonna get me some to go with my beef and some zucchini and squash. Yum, yum, yum. Here I am making a mess, but that's okay. We'll clean it up. Okay, looks good to me. Oh, look at them gorgeous onions, guys. I know I got double onions here today, but I absolutely love onions. And they're good for you. They're anti-inflammatory too, so that's always a good thing. We got double onions today. Okay. That is. Now for our steamed broccoli. Oh yeah, that looks good too. Okay, and I always put just a little bit of lemon on our broccoli. And a little bit of salt. Okay. And I don't know if you can see that or not. It's kind of blurry and a little bright, but it's really good. I hope you try this meal. It's really a healthy meal, and it's so quick. You can see how quick it is. It is just absolutely a wonderful, wonderful meal. Again, thank you so much for watching this evening, and I hope you will enjoy this meal as much as we do, and I hope that you can take this and use it for your abundant life. Thank you so much for watching. You have a wonderful evening.